Welcome to Summer Institute. Today we will be exploring our writing histories.
Writing history? I don't know. I've just always written, haven't I? Is there a history I can explore? Writing history. What's my writing history?
Megan!
Who are you?
Tonight you will be visited by 3 ghosts who will help you figure out your writing history. I am the first, the ghost of creative writing. We have a lot to do, so let's get going.
Rebecca and the Two Dragons. That's one of the first fictional stories I wrote.
It's also the first time you had experience with revising multiple drafts.
Melissa and Marissa.
Oh, my cousin and I made up TV shows about twins named Melissa and Marissa. We're singing our theme song.
These plays are the start of your writing creatively outside of school.
I'll write a poem about my parents' divorce and call it Heartbreak.
This is the moment you started to be interested in poetry. Also, this is when you began to bring school and home writing together.
I wrote poetry for years after this. I even decided I wanted to publish a book of poetry called Roses and Thorns. My personal narrative is called Writing Girl. From this assignment, I learned to consider my writing process and figure out how I move from ideas to the publishable draft.
You changed creatively, too. You started writing non-fictional short stories as opposed to only poetry.
John's story.
Your first creative fiction story as an adult.
And even now I'm working on how to develop relatable characters and believable emotional scenes in my stories. Wow, that was great! I have grown as a creative writer by learning to write and become an expert in different genres.
Hola!
Oh, you scared me. You must be the second ghost.
Why, yes I am. I am the ghost of academic writing. Let's move!
This was my first semester of college. What about my earlier school writing?
This class is when you became interested in learning the genre of academic writing. You actively wanted to know how to structure an essay, provide strong examples, and construct effective theses.
Pre-writing is essential, research says. My research essay for the MSU Writing Center class on the importance of pre-writing?
During this assignment, you were able to discover your own writing process when a lot of research and quotes are needed for support in an academic essay.
Life Change Letters Ethnography.
You learned a significant amount from this assignment in your first semester of grad school. You learned how to write like professionals in the field, how to conduct and write about field research, and how to condense and present your ideas at a conference. Now, you're at a new point in your development as an academic writer. You need all your experience with writing, as well as a willingness to learn from others. When learning to write a thesis, remember, it's good to wobble.
Alright, so my academic writing history really started in college, and seems to have grown through interaction with assignments and engagement with experts in that field. I wonder what the next ghost will teach me.
Hey, beautiful. We are the
Ghosts of Writers' Influences.
Hang on. I was supposed to have 3 ghosts. The 2 of you end up making 4.
Oh, yeah. We don't count so good.
Yeah, that's our bad.
But we're here now, so let's hop to it.
I used to look at my grandma's encyclopedias and write reports. But shouldn't I have seen this with the academic ghost? Wasn't I learning to write reports like this at school?
You were learning to write reports, but our job is to show you who and what influenced you.
You wrote at your grandma's because she wrote a book, and that encouraged you to write. She was your first writing influence. This is when you began to draw inspiration from a variety of texts, mimicking their structure or adapting them for new purposes.
Oh yeah! I took the structure from There's a Monster at the End of this book to make a card for my dad.
You also used the Mary Kate and Ashley shows to write Melissa and Marissa with your cousin. When you started writing poetry, you were influenced by your dad's songwriting ability and used him for ideas and advice for growth.
And I loved hearing him sing.
In what ways do the authors explain their beliefs about literacy?
Heath, Barton, Brant, G.
In this class, you were able to use professionals as models for your own graduate writing.
I was shocked that these writers broke most of the rules I learned previously. It seems experts, because they know the rules, can break them strategically. Storify, Vlogster, Well-Wisher, Toon-Doon, Prezi. In Summer Institute, I'm learning different resources to use that push me to discover new ways to write in these multiple contexts.
Yay!
I do have a writing history. I've played in diverse creative genres, learned to negotiate writing in the academic world, and gained inspiration and advice from more experienced writers. Now, I wonder what my writing future will hold.